Hey everyone, we're about to create a knitted machine baseball cap. What you're going to need is a crochet hook. It could be from a size 4 to a size 5. You're also going to need scissors. You're going to need 3 batches of waste yarn. You're going to need a hot glue gun or a hot glue pen. And you're going to need some wait for yarn. Okay, I'm using Amethyst from I Love This Yarn, and we can go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do is we are going to get our yarn on these hooks. So what we'll do, we'll put the yarn underneath that white hook, and we'll go backwards, forwards, back, forward, all the way around our knitting machine until we get back to our white hook at the beginning. This part of the hat is the top of our baseball cap. So we are not going to put any waste yarn to start. That's why we didn't. And we're going to go 30 rows for this cap. So around 30 rows, and then we're going to put waste yarn at the end of the cap. So none at the beginning, but waste yarn at the end of the cap. So meet me back here after you have gone 30 rounds on your knitting machine. Okay, so now we're at the end of the 30 rows. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut our yarn, and we'll put that string on the inside, and then we'll grab our waste yarn and we'll put it through our tensioner, and we'll put this yarn underneath that white yarn as well. That's how I like to do it. It secures it. And then we're gonna, go about 5 to 10 rows, wherever you feel comfortable when it comes to your waste yarn. I know when I was started knitting, I felt comfortable with more, because a lot of people say 5, and then sometimes my 5 would come unraveled. So I feel much more comfortable with 7 to 10 rows of waste yarn. So just go the amount you feel comfortable with, and then meet me back here. Alright, so we're done with our waste yarn, so we're going to drop that inside of the machine. I usually like to hold it, and then we're going to take it off, our project off of the machine. Like this. And this will be the top of our hat. So we're going to put this to the side so we can start on the brim of the cap. Definitely stretch it out. This will be the top of our hat, and to do the brim of our hat, you're going to need waste yarn on each side. So we're going to weave on our waste yarn, and we are going to go 13 rows for the brim. So after you've weaved on your waste yarn and gone 13 rows, meet me back here to close it off with waste yarn. Okay, so your brim should look like this. We should have waste yarn, 13 rows, waste yarn, and then we're going to take this off of the machine, and then you're going to meet me here once you've taken your pieces off the machine so that we can get ready to assemble this hat. All right, so your hat should look like this. This is going to be the top of your hat. It should start off with no waste yarn, and then it should end off with waste yarn. And then this is the brim of your cap, which should have waste yarn on each side. All right, so we're going to start with the brim of the cap. And what we're going to do on one side of the brim, we are going to half double crochet around the entire end of it. So what we'll do is I'll start with this one, but I'm going to end with that one. So we're going to get our crochet hook, and we're going to half double crochet around the edge of the bill of the hat. So I'm going to pull that. I'm going to do a chain, and then I'll do my half double crochet into the same stitch, and then I'll half double crochet into every stitch after that. I am bringing my extra yarn along with me so that I can hide it in the stitches along the way, but half double crochet along every single stitch all the way around. To half double crochet, you're going to wrap your yarn, go underneath the stitch, pull up a loop, and go through all 3 loops. And so again, we're going to do that all the way around our brim. Wrap your yarn, pull up a loop through all 3 loops. Meet me here when you finish going around the edge with half double crochets. All right, so we did a half double crochet on one end of the brim, and we're going to close off this end of the brim. So what we're going to do is we are going to go underneath this, and we're going to pull from the opposite side underneath there, and then we're going to go to that side and pull that stitch underneath that one. Then we'll go to this side and we'll pull it underneath that one, and we'll do that all the way down to close off this end of the brim. See that? Underneath on this side, pull through. Underneath on this side, pull through. And you can meet me back here after you've closed off your brim. Now that we come to the end, we're going to make sure that we are securing this by getting every last stitch. I like to make sure I don't miss it. See, there's one right here. Sometimes they can be hard to miss, and then you'll have an open stitch, which we do not want. It's being a little stubborn, but you have to go, buddy. And we're going to pull that underneath here, and then we're going to grab the string and we're going to pull it through that last stitch like that. Okay, and then we're going to get, so that's our brim, and we're going to get started on the top of our hat, which all we have to do is half double crochet around the edge like we did on the brim all the way around. So we'll do the same thing starting here and half double crochet just around to close off the end of this hat. And so meet me back here after you have half double crocheted. Make sure I have, after you've half double crocheted the top of your hat. So again, you guys know the half double crochet is, we're going to chain 1, wrap our yarn, pull up a loop, pull through 3, all the way around the brim of the hat, like this. Okay, so now that we have double crocheted on this, the edge of the top of our hat and the brim, we can actually take off our waste yarn now so that we can see the outcome of our hats, the outcome of our pieces of our hat. Waste yarn can get a little all right, I'm winding it up and taking off the last bit of this waste yarn. So boom. So take off your waste yarn and meet me back here when you have all your waste yarn taken off. Okay, so this is how it should look. This should be the brim of your hat, and this is how the top of your hat should look. So we're about to put this together. Make sure your glue gun is heated up. If you're like me, I got different color glue sticks, like all different color, from glitter to blue to red to pink, black and clear. So I'll be using different colors. I think today I'm going to use clear and like silver glitter to close this. That way it can be really seamless, and even if you see a little bit of glue, it'll be sparkly. But let's get started. So I found this old purple hat that I used to work on, and it's perfect because I am using purple. So you will want to use a color that is close to the color of your cap. But what we're going to do is going to put the brim on with the half double crochets facing down. And we're going to pull this over the hat like this. Make sure that it's pulled down, and make sure that the cap is pulled over the back of the hat like that. Then we're going to grab this string that's at the top, and we're going to start pulling it. This is going to close up our cap, but do not close it all the way, because we're going to leave a little circle opening at the top like this of our cap. But we're going to make sure we pull down on the front, pull down on all the edges, and close it up to where the circle is about that big. Yep, like that. So now we have our cap. Looks like this, and it's secured all the way down. We'll leave that top open, and I'll show you what we'll do with that later. Now you're also going to grab the bill, and we're just going to put it on just so I can show you how we're going to end up putting this on. So this will go here, and we're preparing to hot glue everything down. So to start, we'll get our glue pen, and we'll go right here on this line with our hot glue. Make sure I'm pushed down on that. But we're gonna make a line here with our hot glue. I might have to put a new stick in, but we'll press down where the half double crochets are onto the stitch of the hat. Make sure you push down, and then we'll keep going along the stitch of the hat all the way around, and push down. You're wondering why my glue gun is acting like that. Okay, and okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Push down where the half double crochets are. Like I said, this works very well for me. I have hats that I've done like this with crochet with the hot glue. That lasted about 2 years. I mean, well, they're still lasting, so over 2 years. But you'll push down there, and we'll stop right at the edge of that on this side. We're not going all the way around because we want to be able to pull up our hat and adjust it how we need it, you know. We will hide the strings later, but we'll keep it like this. This makes it a lot more adjustable and comfortable. Okay, now we're going to close up the brim by putting hot glue right there on the edge where our top of our hat is, and then we're going to slide that up and press those together like this. Press those half double crochets together. We're going to do that all the way around the top of this hat and even to this side, and you'll meet me back here once they are connected together. Okay, so continue along the line here with your hot glue and meet me back here. And see that glitter? Cute. Okay, this is how our hat should look. It should be closed up on the ends here. Let me make sure I secure this edge here. I'm gonna make sure this is secured. But this is how it should look here. Gotta make sure that we secure those. Okay. So this is how what we're gonna do underneath the cap is we're gonna add glue underneath the hat here, like at the top here. We're gonna add a couple lines. You can add enough to where you feel comfortable. And then you're gonna press. Push up and press. Push up and press. You see how it's flattened out? Boom. Now you're also gonna go on the line of the hat, like right here. And we're going to get those half double crochets and press those in as well. But we're going to go across the line of the hat. Excuse the little bit of makeup I have here. It's a little old hat. And we're going to push the half double crochets up like that across the hat. And here as well, and push those up, half double crochets all the way to the top here. Gonna push it, stretch it, push. Make sure we get any excess off of there, but we are going to push, push, and push until it is secured like this. Now we're going to grab the corners and we're going to make a little triangle, right? And we're going to glue those down as well. So we'll put like a little clump of glue there and we'll press as well. Now you're going to want to make, ooh, I felt that through, so great. But if you can feel it through, that means you did good because it will be secured. But I'm going to secure it down there as well. A little triangle. And I'm going to just press down really good there. I'm going to snip this end as well. I'm going to have glue all over my hands. Didn't like how that went down. So we'll hold that and press. And then we'll do the other side the same way. And once you get this side folded in and glued down, meet me back here. Okay, so now this is how our hat should look. Excuse me, I got this mannequin from the hair store, so she has her little wig. Whatever, she's still cute. But this is how your hat will look. We still have this opening at the top of our hat, which we're about to close off right now by crocheting a circle. So how we do that is we're going to do a magic ring, pull up a loop. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put 12 double crochets into the magic ring. So after you put 12 double crochets in the magic ring, you're going to meet me back here so we can do the second round to the circle. But 12 double crochets in the magic ring. Okay, we're going to pull that circle closed and we're going to get ready for round 2, which we are going to slip stitch into the first double crochet. And we're going to chain 3 again. And then we're going to put another double crochet into that same stitch that we did the chain 3. And then we're going to put 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way around the circle. 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Do that all the way around until you have a complete circle. Slip stitch, and you can meet me here. Okay, your circle should look just like this if you double crochet 2 double crochets into each stitch all the way around, which should make 24 double crochets. And then you'll slip stitch into that first double crochet of the second round, slip stitch, cut, and pull through. So now we have this circle. We can trim these too because they're going to be glued inside of the hat. But yeah, there's our circle. All right, let's finish this hat off, you guys. So before we close off this hat, I'm going to show you some other hats that I did the same way with the crocheted circle, like this one. So before I closed off this hat, because I am doing my purple hat a little different, but I made some I crocheted some chains of the colors that I wanted, and I just put little lines around them. But I did it before I added this circle on so that I can kind of hide those beginning of those chains underneath them. So if you see, I did the chains all the way around and then put the circle on and it'll be complete. Or if you just wanted a plain hat, no lines, your next step would be closing out that circle by putting your circle on top, closing it out that way, you know. So I am going to finish this hat with you all, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do because I'm going to customize this hat a bit, maybe give you some ideas on what you can do to your hat. So let's get started. I thought I made a video of me putting the pearls on this hat, but I didn't. I want to show you the outcome of the pearls that I put on the hat. I got these from Hobby Lobby. In the trim, where the trim is, there's so many different options of things that you can put on your hat. I appreciate everyone for watching. I can't wait to come back and show you some more cool things to do on your knitting machine. But again, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye.